Diary of a Black Mum. Listen, let's keep it real. I rate YouTubers. I rate those that have a huge following and are posting out consistently because, this thing is not easy. Well, it is easy if you stick to the plan. You stick to the plan, you can get this done. Anyway, today's topic, and my sister posted this as well on her Instagram page. You become your parents. Oh gosh, did that really just happen to me? Have I really just become my parents? Yes, I've become my parents. Anyway, hey everyone, happy Friday. Diary of a Black Mum. You do your best not to become your parents, and then do you know what happens? You actually become them, or not become them because you're individual people, but you literally pick up some of those habits or some of those ways that you said, nah man, when I get children I'm never gonna be like that. Yeah. I think I've become my mother. I am my mother's daughter, so I'm gonna obviously pick up her ways. Anyway, when I was growing up, I didn't think I was a challenging child, but I did push boundaries. I was quite feisty. Listen, one time my dad asked me to pass him the newspaper when we used to read the newspaper rather than just going online and reading the news. And me and my feisty self, imagine, and even when I say this now, I think, damn, girl, you had no manners, you know. I remember my dad said to me, Marsh, pass me the newspaper, please. And I remember my older brother and his friend being in the living room. I remember folding up the newspaper, you know. Not like I'm going to give it to him, but in his hand, you know. I remember folding the newspaper and then I kind of threw it over to Dad. But I thought Dad was going to catch it. Anyway, the paper dropped at Dad's foot. I remember Dad's head going, ooh, looking at the paper like to say, voila. She really just threw the paper at me. Anyway, got 2 claps or 2 beats for that, yeah. And was pushing boundaries. I was feisty back then. Not intentionally feisty. And even now when I ask my partner, my children, do you think I'm feisty? They're like, did she really just ask that question? Did she really just say, did she just ask? Like, she really wanted confirmation to know she's feisty. Anyway, let me just take off my jacket, my coat, because I've buttoned it up and I'm in the car still. Anyway, I've shared with you guys that I've got children. I've got teenage and adult daughters. And as I'm growing older and my children are getting older, like, they've become adults and they feel, say, yo, I'm an adult now, I can do what I want and I can just push upon mum and all that jazz. And then I started to check, I was like, you know what, out of all my children, one of my girls is dead stamp of me, feisty like what? Yeah, look at my mouth just all twist up, you know, as I say that. I say she's feisty, but then I think, but am I feisty? No, she's not feisty. She is just, she's assertive. She knows what she wants. She ain't taking no rubbish, just like her mother. And she likes the last answer, or she likes to have the last word. And you know what? Sometimes my girls give me joke, you know, because I'll say something to them, and then they go, "Yes, mum." And I answer back, and they answer back, and I say, "Cool, no man," and they continue chatting, and I'm like, "Done talk," and they keep talking, and you're thinking, "Yo, parents supposed to get the last word, yeah?" Well, we think we're supposed to get the last word, or we say we're supposed to get the last word, but this particular child, young adult, won't push up himself. And then I realised my mum dropped a lyric on me years ago. 2 cooks can't cook pan 1 stove. And I was like, looking at her like, is she okay? Because you've got a 6-hob cooker. I think the 2 of us can cook on the stove, you know. Not realising it's a Jamaican saying 2 big women can't live in the one house. Anyway, this one particular daughter of mine, unfortunately, her temper has got the better of her, and I'm at the point where I'm like, oh my gosh, the lyrics of my mother I'm actually dropping. I didn't drop the two cooks can't cook on the one stove, but I think she got the gist of it. Like, yo, you can't push up yourself like this on your mother and think that we can live under the same roof. Now, it's hard because in an ideal world as a mother, I would love for my children to be in my home and save up their money, enough money to get a deposit on their house or apartment, and be set up before they leave. But it doesn't go that way, does it? Like, the things that we want for our children is not how it goes. You know, some of us would love for our children to be, I don't know, surgeons, doctors, real top jobs. And then they turn around and go, I don't even want to go to college. And you think, huh? What do you mean you don't want to go to college? Or I don't want to go to university. Or go to college, I want to travel the world. And you have to be happy. You have to be happy. This sunshine is absolutely beautiful. You have to be happy with what they want. You cannot be like, I demand you to do it this way. Because then I started to think, you know, even with my own family, 2 of us went to uni, but 2 of my siblings went to college. Or 3 of us went to uni and 2 of us went to college. And I know my dad and my mum must have thought the same. Like, what they wanted for us, we all didn't do. And parents have to learn to live with that, and also give the child, the young adult, the space to learn and grow. Like, how am I supposed to allow my child, who is so much like me, to grow if I'm going to stifle her in a place where she's like, look, mum, I can't grow here, I need to spread my wings? And I'm like, but I don't want you to spread your wings just yet, I want you to stay. So I'm in that, I've been in that predicament, which is why I've not been on my YouTube channel, because I'm doing my best to navigate how I feel about the process and how I feel about her not wanting to be in the house and wanting to just do her own thing. And there's a number of things behind her leaving, and it's actually to do with me. And sometimes parents can have traumas of their own and not realise they have... Sorry, I can hear a child screaming. That was really weird. That child screaming, just, I could feel that through my soul. Sometimes our traumas can, if they're not dealt with, can be filtered through to our children. And I think that's why a lot of people say don't have children until you've healed. And I now realise I had not healed before I had my first daughter. And then about 18 months later, I then had the twins. And even having the twins was traumatic in itself because they were premature. So imagine, I have my own trauma that I haven't dealt with. I've then got 3 children under the age of 2. And I'm commuting and I'm doing a number of things. And I've suppressed a lot of stuff. And it's taken me to get to this place now where my adult children have got their own traumas to deal with, grief, you know, other stuff that they're having to go through and get through their process of healing, understand who they are, growing, learning spiritually, mentally, physically. And it's like, while they're doing that, I'm now having to, at my big old age, you know, having to unlearn and relearn, whilst I have children who are younger as well, helping them grow. And it's a lot. It's a lot. And sometimes, you know, as parents, we've got so much on our plate. And then I look at my parents and think, bless their heart, because they also had their trauma. They had their traumas from coming from the West Indies to England, having to deal with racism, having to deal with, because, you know, my parents and grandparents were the Windrush generation, and having to deal with different cultures, racism, segregation, all of that, as well as their own traumas that were in their families. And then when they had, you know, they I say they, my mum and dad got together, then they had children, and you do your best to bring them up, but you have to deal with your trauma. A lot of people be like, why are you always concentrating on trauma? Because you see, if you don't deal with something, in your childhood and you go into adulthood, believe me, that inner child, the child that's still in you, at some point that child is going to come out. How you handle people in relationships stems from what you didn't deal with in your childhood. People might go, Marsha, no, seriously. If you don't deal with certain things in your childhood, it really does come through into your adulthood. And I even recognize that with, again, one of my children. She, there's things that she had felt as a child, and because she didn't know how to articulate it, even though she's really intelligent, she didn't know how to tell an adult and say, I'm feeling, whether it's unloved or unwanted or not a part of the family, not a part of the team. Because she didn't know how to talk about it, it's now coming to her young adult age, and she's now like, hold on, I'm still feeling this. Why am I still feeling this? And there's been outbursts, and hence why the two women can't live in the house together. I love her with all my heart, but I need her to spread her wings so that she finds herself and she heals and comes to a place of forgiveness. She'll forgive me as a mum, and she'll forgive those around her that's hurt her, and she'll learn to love and laugh, and blossom into the most amazing person that she is. But listen, being a parent, it's a really rewarding position to have, but it's not a joke. Because now I've realised, you see, when Granny was taking me to church on a Sabbath, on a Saturday, and installing the word into me, I didn't take her teachings serious, because I was 16. I was like, Nan, I don't want to go to church on a Saturday. I want to just chill in outside HMV with my school friends and go eat 2 burgers from Wimpy or Burger King back then, because Burger King back in the days was the lick, before it changed. However, I wish I did take my granny's teaching seriously. And even now, it's like you need the word now even more, because you can see what is going on in the world. Like, Granny would say, this generation, children are going to be children of vipers. And I used to think, Nanny, what you chat about? Now I'm like, yo, I get the whole viper conversation. Nanny Wilson, come down and just give me 2 more lyrics and scriptures, yeah? I'm not bashing my children. I'm not bashing myself. But these videos that I do, a lot of the time, it's for me, it's a release. It literally is a release. And I don't want people to watch this and say, yes, Marsha, I have problems in her yard, such a move, Tana. It's not about that. Because I'm going to look back on these videos and give thanks that I was able to get my feelings out in my videos. I told you at the beginning of me starting this channel, the Diary of a Black Mum is a spoken diary of Marsha B. And Marsha B, it doesn't just include me, it includes my tribe. I came from a lineage of strong Black people from Dwansville, Trelawney, and St. Catherine. Yeah, I'm my blood's Jamaican through and through. I'm born in England, but my body, and everybody knows me, love Jamaica like cook food. So I've come from a strong lineage of people, and I want, in years to come, my children will look at this and think, okay, Mum, yeah, you was a bit crazy, and now I get why certain things have happened in our lives. And I'm expressing it through these videos. if you can relate to anything that I said in this video, drop a comment. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. Like, I know there's a lot of silent watchers, yeah, and even I give thanks that you put my views up for watching, even if you don't want to put the like button. But if you do actually, you know, if this resonates with you and you find this relatable, or, you know, you just, it's not even about my daughter. It's, you know what I mean? You might have had a son that caused issues in the house as he turned big man. You just think he turned big man, and he is Adam's apple coming and get broken voice, and next minute him thinking big man. You have to just humble him and say, yo, go and go sit down and study your book them. But even when I drop them lyrics, you're thinking, hold on, you turned your parent, because your parent would say, go and go sit down and study your book then, but you take it for yourself on the street. And now I'm laughing because I'm like, how much I sound like granny and mum. I love it. I love it. And I know that my children will look at me and think, oh gosh, mum, you're so miserable. And in years to come, they're going to be dropping the same lyrics as me. And I'm like, yeah, it go round in a circle, you know, the circle of life. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. I felt inspired. Maybe it's the sunshine, you know. The sun always inspires me. The sun always gives me the right energy to come out and talk. But thank you for listening. If you got to the end of this, you know, 15 minutes you listened to Marsha B this Friday, bless your heart, share this video once it goes up, subscribe to the channel. Yes, hopefully she's going to be doing more videos, and summertime is coming. The sunshine is out. Listen, everyone was out today with no coats on. There's me like, then again, my coat's lightweight, so it's not that bad. But yeah, thank you for liking this, sharing this, listening to me. The journey doesn't stop. This is the thing. Being a parent, there's going to be new things to talk about when, you know, when the family gets bigger, and when grandchildren come in, and when boyfriends come in and girlfriends come in, and I've got a whole new season to think about. But until then, every step that I take, the Lord is with me. The Lord is with us, and he gives me strength, and he gives us strength to continue. And I am thankful that I can put out this Diary of a Black Mum, because when I was growing up, maybe say 20 years ago, I didn't have anything like this. I didn't really go onto YouTube 20 years ago. I didn't have people out there that I could gather information about parenting. So I'm finding it's my duty just to share my life. Some people might go, your life is boring, man. And I'm like, that's fine. Step aside and swipe up to the next video. But there's going to be some people that will be like, you know what? I really appreciate you sharing a part of your journey, part of your story. Watch this space. Many, many more stories to come. Oh, gosh. Anyway, have a good day. Click the like button and share it, people.